So, who watched the Crunchyroll Anime Awards?
I wasn't that crazy.
Me and Name tried to watch it. We hung in there for and it was ridiculous.
I actually went back. I went back after we got off, and I watched the whole thing. It was
bad.
Anime Oscars.
Yeah.
And in a bad way.
No. Well, what do we expect from Sony?
I think that was a given.
Yeah, right. Well, we got George Wada, who is the president of Production I.G and WIT Studio, has called for the creation of a new Japan-based anime award show amid growing criticism of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Wada argued that the industry needs an award system judged more directly by anime professionals in Japan, citing concerns over mainstream bias and limited creator involvement in current global award formats. Duh. Like, yes. Why wasn't there already this? I'm trying to figure out, why didn't we already have anime professionals in Japan judging for the awards? Like, what was I don't understand Crunchyroll's system, and they always seem to make the wrong choices. Isn't this just kind of a no-brainer, guys?
Yeah. This is one of those things that I wish that I had a little clip that I could play of George Jefferson going all, hallelujah, spiritual revival type on all their asses, because this is exactly what is necessary. They need to create. That's right. Yes. I love the Jeffersons.
I know exactly what Brandon's talking about, and I swear to God, I would lose my crap if he plays that on here.
But yes, they do need to create their own specific for their industry with people that are insiders. You don't want it to be just come a big gigantic circle jerk of just themselves jerking each other off. But at the same time, they know their craft better than we do, much better than what Crunchyroll does, because they just keep inviting morons and retards and overriding all of us. So yes, they should do it, and then they should have, if they're going to have, they should have maybe two sets of awards. An award from the people that are actually inside the industry, and then an award that calculates in votes from countries specifically, mostly Japan, and then let's say their next biggest partner, which is us, the United States of America.
I don't have a problem with like a fan award ceremony or something like the People's Choice. Remember the People's Choice Awards? Stuff like that. Like, yeah, you want to do something just for the audience and let the audience vote and the audience picks the winner, that's fine. But when it's time for something that's like, okay, this is the real awards, these are the awards that matter. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and have some Japanese professionals or anime professionals in Japan, pick those winners. All right. Anybody name? I'm pretty sure you don't disagree with that, right, Name?
I mean, they already have their own awards. It's just that they're not promoting it. They have one called the New Type Awards, which is a Gundam reference, which I think is cool. And you know what? It's crazy because when I was watching the stream for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, I was getting mad because they're actually picking like brain dead titles to win. I sent you one. Your favorite anime, Lazarus, won Best Original Anime over some great series.
That was such trash too, man. I couldn't believe that, man.
It was funny too because they had the directors of the producers go up and give the victory speech, and they looked like they didn't expect to win too. They're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we got it." And then like other awards too, like when we were looking at background art for Gachi Yakuza, that won too, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter dogging it. So yeah, it is a case of and I hate to use this term, but this is like it was just a lot of influencers and like fans that are skewing the vote because there's so many anime that didn't even win one. Because like I think if you do advocate for more like Japanese awards, you're gonna be surprised at what wins, because last year what was sweeping all the awards was the Gundam Gigguk show, and that only got nominated in one category at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So
see,
people are,
they don't get it, man.
It's going to be a mix of reactions if you give it to Japan, because you're going to start being exposed to their culture. Like we talked about last week, Gundam, Detective Conan, really big over there, almost no presence here. So you're going to start to see, a little people might people might grow expanded tastes. They might be more mad.
They might absolutely stop just watching the popular stuff. And anyway, wow, that's anime of the year. I never heard of this. Maybe I should watch it. Yeah, exactly, man. 100% agree.
They may actually subscribe to Ocean Vale. If you know what that is, you know.
Yeah. See, I think it's. I think this could actually be a good idea because I mean, let me give it to you from the video game aspect. If you've heard of them, the Side Scrollers podcast, they actually have their own gaming awards called the Real Game Awards, and every category is decided purely by the fans of gaming. No insiders, no influencers. They've basically told the audience, vote, share it, vote, share it. And they've only done it like 1 year. And from what I've heard, their numbers are going to be growing on that. So if anime does that, if anime does that, oh my God, we will actually see anime that deserves wins, get those wins, and those that do not will basically be revealed to be nothing but propped up pieces of, whatever they are.
Shit.
Here's a guy right here. Gigguk on how to fix the anime awards. Instead of having a big pool of judges and panelists, have specialized jury for different categories that they are nominating in and voting in. It's impossible to watch every show in every genre. So let me play a little bit of what he says is the fix. And you guys
I have to preface this just a bit. I
Go
watched
ahead.
this morning. This guy came off as the biggest whining bitch that I have heard in a very long time. It's so hard to have to watch anime. No, it's not.
As someone who watches it for a living, right?
Yeah.
But, let me play the part that he's talking about. Like, I'm not going to play all 2 minutes, but I just want to get your reaction or your opinions on would his method be the right way to go? All right, listen to this.
Here are my two actual suggestions for the Anime Awards. The obvious one would be having lessening the percentage between the jury voting, the judging voting, and the public voting, right? That'll be obviously the obvious one. But I think what would make a bigger change is having a specialized jury for different categories. As someone who basically has to keep up with anime and watch anime as a job, I know how fucking hard it is, how fucking difficult it is to keep up with every single anime coming out. Keep up with
I'm sorry.
every fucking show coming out in every different genre, right?
You can't do it, 100.
I can't. I'm like, come on, man. I've been in this for almost 5 years. Yeah, this is my 5th year. I had one season working full-time job, doing the live streams, doing my game streams, and trying to watch 40 shows in a season. I at least started with 40, and family on top of that. Yeah, that part of it makes him come off as a whiny butt. That's the part that drives me crazy about him. I have no idea who this guy even was. I took somebody else to tell me, oh, he's the largest anime streamer in the world. I'm like, really? How the hell did I not know that about him? But to his other point,
world,
he
right?
is... Yeah, he is correct, but the way that he's making himself correct, making
how
him
he's
like
sounding is like, yeah. I don't like the way he's saying it either. Look, coming to the stage. Let me bring him on right now. Sci-Fax is here.
What's going on, fellas? How you guys
What's
doing
happening?
tonight?
Sci-Fax, we're trying to fix the Anime Awards with Crunchyroll. This guy is trying to give his 2 cents. He's a big-time anime YouTuber. And basically, he's saying we might need to segment these things out. Let's listen to the rest of this. Brandon, we good?
How
I'm
are you
good.
going to be an anime like top streamer and you got one strand of hair going through your forehead like that? What is happening?
That is a weird thing.
What's going on here, dude?
His toupee
All right,
isn't
here we
working
go, here we
anymore.
So I do
I
have
don't think
sympathy
you want to know the answer,
for
Sci-Fax.
judges who have to make a vote on best slice of life, for example. I think this is why a lot of the nominations in the Anime Awards for some of the niche categories, like slice of life, like comedy, they were still like the same kind of like big shows. And I think part of the big reason for that is people don't have time to keep up with every single genre, and people will have their likes and dislikes and their preferences in terms of the genres they watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of goes back to what we were saying with this, right? Like the stuff that's getting lost. There's some good anime out there that's not going to hit the top 10 because people are just following the popular stuff and they're just voting for their favorite stuff. And so the top 10 on Anime Corner is just always going to be, you know, popular and the most popular things. But that's not how I want my awards to go. I want the awards to be the hidden gems that I didn't know about. It's like, oh my, look what's been nominated. I haven't heard about this. So many times with the Oscars, movies get nominated that I have never heard of, and I didn't know it was out. And they're saying this is one of the best pictures of the year. Let me go and check it out. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good, but it got nominated. And so I think, you know, to this guy's point, it's like, yeah, maybe picking, you know, some individual categories and then having people that are like, hey, you're going to do the slice of life and you're going to be a judge in that category and you're going to vote there. You're going to be, you know, isekai. You're going to watch all the isekai that come out in 2026 and you're going to vote that, or comedy or whatever. You know, I think that might be a better way of handling it. You know, according to like how this guy is saying. So I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting take. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on that.
No, I mean, like the dude's kind of right, or like what you were just saying, like, hey, especially because like anime is such a broad and massive topic. Like, there's 20 new things of each type of anime that comes out. It's like, dude, nobody's watching all of this. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even between us here, we got 5 people here, and it's like we don't even watch a lot of the same stuff. Like, I tried. There's a little overlap here or there, but it's like even between us, it's like, dude, like I'm not watching all the stuff you're watching. You're not watching all the stuff I'm watching. We're just not doing that. And it's like it would kind of make more sense. Like, hey, man, you were just saying, like, hey, you watch all the isekai, I'll watch all the the romance ones. Set them up like here's like 3 judges in each topic based on said topic, and then then come to a conclusion with that, or massive online polls or something. Because how you and Name were saying, Name, I think your mic's bleeding out or whatever like that. I think that.
Oh, really?
I want to say that to you because yeah. Well, there's like a background noise, but it's fine. I'm just saying, there's just too many things. There's too many. There's way too much anime, guys. There's way too much. Like there's way too much, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love that there's that much variety. But at the same time, when it's like, dude, have you watched this? It's like, no, dude. No, I'm watching no way the other. Watch it all. I'm watching the other 10 that we talked about last week.
Look. This is the spring season, right? Can you guys see this number up here? 143 series. All right, 143 out of. I mean, there's nobody that's just the spring season. Okay, if you go back to winter, what was it during winter? Winter, it's 182. Okay, it's like there's literally no way to watch all of this. And if you want to do it right, you're gonna have to. Hey man, let's segment this thing out, guys, because this is getting to be.
And if you think about it, it's really
even if each of those had only.
Wait, one at a time.
Let me just say this real quick. Even if each one of those only had one episode and they were 20 minutes each, 20 times 140 or whatever, like
you're not doing that.
You're not watching even one episode of all these. You're just not doing it. Dude. It's just
go ahead, Name.
Not happening. Even if I think that number is also inaccurate, because if you think about it, if you're just starting, like D, you said you started Restoria, that's on season 2, so you have to get through a season 1 before you get to the season 2. ReZero is on season 4. There have been plenty of seasons. Ascendance of Bookworms in season 4. So it's really more if depending on like how much watch time you've accumulated. So, and I hate to do this, but I think he has a point because, and I've said this in the chat, that I think you shouldn't be allowed to vote if you haven't seen all of the nominees in the category, because at that point you're just voting for your favorite rather than understanding the playing field. And I was like, okay, I can separate my personal bias from what's actually good, because You know, I love Vigilantes, but if you put it in the best shonen category, I'm probably not gonna put it if I've seen all the other shows, because quality-wise, it's probably lower compared to Gachi Yakuza or My Hero Academia final season. You know, it's the same. DA, if I asked you to, if I put you on on the judges panel to vote for the best mecha anime of the year, could you do it in good faith, knowing that
Hell no. Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no. I've watched maybe one, if that. Yeah, like there's no way you can make that kind of judgment. Yeah, so yeah,
exactly, and that's what's happening with these Crunchyroll Anime Awards. You have a lot of people who have their own interests, and that's fair. Everyone has their own, like, you know, has their own personal taste, but you're putting them in, you're making them vote for everything, and they haven't seen everything because it's not all on Crunchyroll. Like Gundam G-Quest, the American streaming was on Amazon Prime, which a lot of people have, but unless you went out of your way to watch that, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, like, okay, is this even like good or not? So it's like, that's why you're voting for Lazarus, because it was on, what was it, on Toonami? Like, you know, I think
it was
the most accessible. So everyone went
and
voted for that one because it was the only.
Let me get Stacy's comment on that, and then we'll circle back to you, Cyphex.
To Name's point, he actually brought up a really good point. You want to do this in terms of categories, right? You want to do it like, okay, let's get 10 people to watch mecha anime. You got that. You got 10 people to watch harem anime. I'm one right there. 10 people to watch isekai anime. Brandon, I think that's two. I think that's me and you there. But when you have like a small, at the very least, do it like a peer review, like just mass vote, or have a small group of people in watching over certain categories. Because if you do that, you're going to get better results.
100% agree. Let me bring Angel to the mix. What up, Angel? How's it going, bro?
What up? What up?
The conversation was in regards to the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Did you happen to catch any of that?
I seen a couple of clips. I didn't see too much of it. I heard who won, but I didn't really check out too much. I mean, when it comes to award shows, I really take it with a grain of salt nowadays. You know, they're not as, you know, they don't put the stamp on things like they used to, like back in the 90s or, you know, early 2000s, when awards kind of meant something and they were a little bit more honest in regards to who they were picking. But nowadays, everything has to do with, you know, trying to promote the next big thing that the company thinks is going to make money for them instead of what the fans are looking for. So, you know, I totally agree that they should have something totally separate. It shouldn't be anything involving too much of the industry that is, you know, distributing the content for the customers. It should be strictly the entertainers, you know, voting on it.